here with a Bionicle 2016 Let's Build. So today we have set number 71305, Lewa, the Uniter of Jungle. And it's really exciting to get my hands on this set finally. It's certainly taken me a long time to get around to bring this Let's Build to you. I'm excited to get into it. So before we begin, we'll go over the box. It's a box, picture on the front, picture on the back, small comic book. Umrak gets the mask of control. Lewa has to get his golden mask and steal it back off him. Pretty straightforward. Combiner function, buy another set. Warning, don't eat the pieces, don't have enough alpha. One-to-one thing of the mask is probably about accurate, etc, etc, etc. That's the box. So without any further ado, let's get this bad boy open. So this set was released in early 2016, in March in Australia, and sold for approximately $20. So let's pop this one open and get inside of here. Yes, you got one bag. Here we go. A couple of pieces. Alright, so we've got two bags. Two loose pieces. These appear to be these nice big blade crystal pieces. Actually look quite nice actually. And an instruction booklet, which is actually a different style to the one we got with 2015. It's more of a A4 size thing. And of course you can still win. Thank you, Tahu. Not really sure what you win, but you can. Larger comics on the inside. It's pretty much the same thing again. Moving through it, instructions, etc, etc, etc. Buy the rest of the sets. Here they all are. Blah blah blah. Make Lego more money. So without any further ado, I'm going to adjust the camera and we're going to take a look at some of the pieces and then get into the build. So here we go. Alrighty then, here we go. We've got two bags, a large one and a smaller one for smaller pieces. So let's open those right up and get to have a look at the sets going. Get rid of these bags. Alright, so actually seems like not too many pieces. Let's go through and have a look at some of the new pieces and recolors. So to begin with, we've got this new crystal piece for armor add-on, and we saw this. Actually, yeah, this is new for this wave, so it's nice to get. We get, I think, two of them. Silver through trans green. They're quite nice. We do, of course, get a new head eye stalk, and this. Not that one there. This just fits into the normal head, the same as the old one from last year, except that it's much shorter on the rear here. We also get this piece, the Unity piece, and it's a nice piece. It's very much recalls the aesthetic of one of the armor pieces from G1, and it looks good. It's quite nice to get. We get a new torso piece and this new piece that fits into the bottom here, just like that. Very similar to the old Martyr heads, and this means that we now have a movable waist, and that's really awesome. Plus, this allows for some more customizable torso designs. So that's really great. I'm looking forward to using that in the build. We also have this brand new torso piece. I can get the camera to focus on it. With a lot of this greebling detail and this print. Personally, I do much prefer this print to last year. Plus, we have the Nuva symbol smack bang in the middle of his chest. In terms of other new pieces, I think this is the only other new piece, and that's this crystal blade piece here. We get two of them, and they look quite nice. Oh, and of course the masks. How could I forget? We of course get a regular mask of Mask of Unity, Jungle Mask of Unity, and a gold Jungle Mask of Unity. The gold one actually looks quite nice, so does the green and silver one. The gold one's got this nice transparent green thing up there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like on the set. In terms of recolors, I think we've already gotten these in green. The only big one here is this Borax armor in silver. I don't believe we've gotten this before. so it's nice to get some of those. And that about sums it up for the new pieces and recolors. So, without any further ado, let's get right on into the build. Butt knob, as many people have taken to calling it, and this is essentially a gear and a turning, a easily holdable piece here that when turned will shift the torso, and this is for the function of, I guess, swinging his upper body around to use his weapons. And yeah, so we'll get more into that later on when we build the set and get into the review. Interesting look at it. This is his shoulder assembly just here, with this interesting sort of back pointed ball joint. And I'd just like to point out it's a custom build, which yes, we have to do with this new torso piece. But it's certainly nice to see Lego going and doing this sort of thing, especially as this gives it more of a Technic sort of appearance, and it's much more of a Technic build in here. It's always quite nice to see. Another interesting thing, we have these custom lower leg builds, which I'm all for. It's quite nice to get a custom build for Lego. We tend to more so just get basic, basic CCBS builds. It's nice to get something more Technic and more intricate like this. Something else I'd like to comment on, and that's the solidarity of this torso build. One of the big problems with the 2015 wave was that there was always huge gaps right through here. With this build and this setup, there's no gaps. This is just one big solid torso, and I reckon that's pretty fantastic. With this set. That's the way in which these arms attach to the torso. Now, I pointed out earlier this torso was a little bit odd with these ball joints coming back here. And these arm connections coming sideways is also a little odd, meaning that when these are connected, they sort of join up here like that. Now, personally, I don't seem to have too much of an issue with this connection, but a lot of people do, which does make sense in terms of bringing them up. You've got to bring the arms right around to be able to do anything with them. So yeah, anyway. As with last year, the Lego saves the mask placing for last, which is always quite nice. That's something that I'd always do last anyway. And there we go. So I'm going to adjust the camera angle, take another look at this and give my final thoughts on the build. And yeah, here we go. Alright, and so there we have Lewa Uniter of Jungle. And that was the build. So, quite an interesting build, a fair few more complex, more Technic parts than last year. In terms of spare parts, we have one, this Technic pin. Just the one. That's it. It's the only extra part. So that's a bit interesting to only get the one spare part. In terms of the build, I quite enjoyed it. It was quick. It would take me about 2, maybe 3 minutes. If I wasn't doing it for the camera, and it was quite easy and straightforward to follow, but it was still, there was a bit more technique to it and a bit more complex than last year, which is really great. Now, as I promised, I would show the function. That's with this gear here. Turn this one, and his body swings. So I mean, if you get him in sort of like a attacking sort of pose like this, he can swing his massive swords around, his tonfas, I guess, and cut up all the skull warriors. Also, the waist articulation is quite nice, and it's great to see, to be able to finally get some of that in a Bionicle set. Yeah. So, there you have Lewa, Uniter of Jungle. And of course the golden mask, which just pops on here. Does look quite nice, and while a lot of people don't like the gold with the rest of the set because it looks out of place, I don't have too big of an issue with it because it's meant to be special. It's meant to be not, it's meant to stand out. So yeah, there we have Toa Lewa, Uniter of Jungle. So what do you guys think of the set? Do you guys enjoy the build? And what do you think of my video? What could I have done better, and what can I do better next time? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, rate, like, and subscribe. It helps me keep bringing out new videos every week. As always, this is Gett'se Cabur, signing off.